And Genome, we thought probably coming into this sort of stage within the rounds that 10-18 could still be undefeated. And as we've seen, they lost the last round, and now it sort of puts the rankings a little bit unsure.
10-18 have taken their foot off the pedal, unfortunately. A great start to the day, going 5-0, but then dropping the last round to Soul Gravy Train. Now that was 3-1 in favor of Soul Gravy Train on Ilios. So they've lost a control map, and now they're coming up against another team on another control map. And is this going to cause any problems for them, ZeNox?
Yeah, and Unprofessionals, they started the day with just 2 losses, and since then they've won their last 4 in a row. So they're really pushing towards a chance to qualify here, and they're a little bit of an unknown team, as mentioned sort of on the desk. We haven't seen many of these players before, especially before the Oceanic Summer Series, so they've surprised a lot of people. I know that they've had some good results as well in the previous qualifiers, so if they can win this here, they'll be 5-2, the same points as 10-18, and it gives them a really big chance to qualify.
Yep, and Overwatch is one of those games where oftentimes you need to be reactive to the other team, and knowing who they are, knowing what they play, knowing that you're going up against Nectar, a fairer player, as we see, he's bringing it out again. They're probably going to know that, but 10-18, they don't know that about the Unprofessionals.
Yeah, and 10-18 actually going with 3 DPS, although they've lost one of them already. Zapso getting taken down with that fire strike by Cinderella, and this should mean that 10-18 should be able to control the point from here defensively. They're already around it, 10 seconds of course until it unlocks, and the pick onto Kalthos means that this will be a pretty standard hold to kick things off, and a good start for 10-18.
Yeah, that was such a strong position there from 10-18. They all pushed onto the point together after they got that first kill. They sent some hesitation in the Unprofessionals, and they just went straight to the point and then faced them on that outside balcony behind Cinderella's shield, and there was really nothing they could do. There's no way that they could wrap around into that position to make something happen, the Unprofessionals.
12% and counting already for 10-18. Missed hook coming out. Addy's going for the high ground though for the Unprofessionals, trying to get some damage in. Sloth and Cinderella having a 1v1 right-hard battle. Their shield's already starting to break. Cinderella with another fire strike. Of course, he had a really good first fire strike to start things off, killing Zapso. But it's pretty much a stalemate right now, Genome. It looks like 10-18 are trying to bait the Unprofessionals to come onto the point.
Yeah, they're trying to get them. They've still got this Reinhardt, which is an interesting choice to play with the 3 DPS, not going for that second tank. And they're sort of playing this composition not really like you often see Team C play 3 DPS.
Yeah, Earthshatter from Cinderella landing onto Sloth. The Rock Barrage from Nectar. He's got one, and he's going to make sure that the rest of Unprofessionals have been cleaned up, 50%, and ticking over for 10-18. And well, this is a good bounce back from them after their first loss of the day last round.
I wonder, maybe they need a Winston, something like that, something to give them a bit more mobility and make a bit more space, because Reinhardt is the hero you want to sit behind, and they've got a lot of hit scan characters, but at the same time, they're not really dealing with Cinderella's shield too well, and Nectar is just able to be above them the whole time.
Now, Kura actually has the nano boost, and I was going to wonder who he might put it on. He's going to elect to go with Nectar, even without that Rock Rush, who gets slapped by Aloe. Nectar having the nano boost now. Addy with the Deadeye. Can he land it on anybody? In fact, he could have got Nectar, but he landed right in front of him.
Drops down, Nectar's just right at his back to shove a rocket in there and deal with Addy, and now we're up to 90%, and I doubt whether the Unprofessionals can even get back on the point here as Kalthos staggers himself and goes down. Kanda is in the back lines as well.
Yeah, Kanda's not going to be able to survive this. In fact, takes him out with his own pulse bomb just to really, well, stamp the impact of 10-18 this game. Absolutely dominant, and it all started with that fire strike, of course, at the beginning from Cinderella.
It was a great combination. I think maybe it was a rocket from Nectar as well that put him low. And then as he tried to retreat, Cinderella got in there. So yeah, it was a great start. And they barely got on the point, ZeNox. That was pretty dominant there from 10-18.
Well, the Unprofessionals, they haven't lost the game for 4 rounds now. They're 4-2, and of course 10-18 had just lost their first game. This was the chance for the Unprofessionals to sort of come out of the gates, try and put some pressure on 10-18 and maybe try and come away with a win and really solidify their chances of qualifying. That's changed a little bit now.
The chance is still there. It's on the table, and if they do get it, it will shake things up so much. A lot of teams on 3-3, 4-2, and now 5-1 a couple as well. So the Unprofessionals, this is their chance to make something happen, and it's also 10-18's chance to really solidify and make sure that they qualify.
Well, 10-18, no, of course, a little win here means that they're more likely than not to get the qualification under their belt. As we've seen, the Unprofessionals look for the hook. It's Addy missing that one. Did get by grenaded as well from Kura, and the point will unlock any second now. There we go, and it's going to go towards 10-18. Holding position at the moment. Addy's still looking for those hooks, but he's not landing them.
No, and they've switched across to a 3 tank composition now, so forsaking the 3 DPS, it definitely wasn't working out. We can all agree that last point, and hopefully these tanks will be a bit more solid, be able to hold on as Kanda is just lasering away at Nectar there, takes him down. They're probably going to be able to push back onto this point.
Yeah, and it all started, Addy got the hook onto Admiral, taking out that Xayah, taking out the tank for the other boys. 21%, it's a good start, but you kind of feel like the Unprofessionals are back in this series now. They didn't even look close in the first match here against 10-18, and now they're in control.
Yeah, well, perhaps they're playing against better players now, and 10-18 probably the best team here today. And the 3 DPS competition is very hard to make work unless you've got the advantage in individual skill as TJK boots Addy off.
Yeah, TJK as well coming around. He's got that rocket barrage. He's just sneaking on through. Zapso is actually going to get the nano boost a little bit early as he actually gets booped off the edge. I'm not sure if it was a full-on boop or not, but Primed was there. And I wonder maybe it was the concussive blast from TJK.
No, it was definitely primed. He just got it at the right angle, at the right spacing, and wow, a nano boost falling off the cliff. That is huge. So two environmental kills that made a big difference in that fight.
30% and counting for 10-18. They've got to catch back up to the 36% of the Unprofessionals who are coming back now. And so now Zapso as well is going to have his tactical visor, but no nano boost combination to go with that due to the fact that, of course, Aloe had already used it. So a little bit of wasting of their ult economy at the moment from the Unprofessionals. They're going to have to come back into a very deadly environment. It's all crammed in. Both Gravits and Surges come out. Nectar with the Dragon Blade, though, is going to come to fruition, and he's going to be able to clean up the kills, and 10-18 will be able to hold this point for now, and they utilize their ults perfectly.
Yeah, unlike the Unprofessionals, unfortunately, and you could see what they were trying to do. Kanda popped his Graviton Surge, and Addy had the whole hog ready to go, but unfortunately he got caught a bit behind and wasn't able there right in their face, because you put a whole hog right next to a Graviton Surge, they all die instantly. But unfortunately they don't manage to get that combo going, and they're going to have to try, and again, 75% now for 10-18.
Addy's already actually going towards the point. He's looking for a hook if he can find anyone. The Fire Strike comes out from Cinderella, taking out Kalthos. Another one had also come out too from Sloth. 85, now 86% now for 10-18. They're just very close to taking this point. The Earth Shadow is absolutely pinpoint perfect from Sloth. Cinderella with his own Earth Shadow though to take him down. And then the charge as well from Sloth is going to be able to get the Unprofessionals back towards this point, back in control. The nano boost onto Addy as well. He is playing a grenade, so no heals to get him back up, but the point is back into the Unprofessionals' hand.
Oh, that was so back and forth, that fight. The Earth Shadow getting everyone except the Ryan, who then replies with his own one, and that almost allowed them to get back into the fight, but a nice hook coming out there. Nectar is gone down, and they're going to have to wait a little bit for him, but they've got 99% ZeNox, so they only need one more fight. Kanda almost getting booped off there. Luckily, he had a blink in the bank.
Yeah, they're at 99%. Obviously, every pick matters, so a really great hook from Addy. He could even try and push up a little bit after that hook kill onto Nectar whilst they were down to 5 men. Now that Nectar's back, they're going to have to try and do it 6v6 again. And look at the speed boost amp come in immediately. TJK is flying upwards towards that backline. He goes for the concussive blast onto Addy, gets that kill, pushes him off the edge. Environmental kills are going everywhere. But Zapso now with his own tactical visor, trying to take down Emerald, and he gets it. 80% and ticking for the Unprofessionals, and they're back in this game. They still as well, they've got no other ults except for the Earth Shadow that's going to come up.
Yeah, Sloth with a suicide charge. They're taking Cinderella off the map. And one fight left, 90%. They're going to have to get onto the point quickly here. If they don't move in, then Sloth's Earth Shadow is just going to make this impossible for them.
TJK has actually got a very early nano boost. He hasn't quite got into the fight just yet, as it started now with 10-18 and Amril getting a couple of kills. Into overtime, of course, 99%. Both ways, the Gravitz and Surge with the Pulse Bomb. Now the Rocket Barrage combination, 10-18 throwing everything into that one. They get the team wipe, and they'll be able to get this point and make it 2-0.
Well, the Unprofessionals, they looked a lot better there. They were so close to winning that point, but I think Sloth was sort of thinking the same thing I was. If I can Earth Shadow them right now, they won't even get on the point. Round done. Maybe he should have held on to it a little longer and waited for that opportunity, because he just threw it down straight away. But Cindy, He was looking for it, the shield was up, and that was a big turning point there with 10-18 able to come back after that. I think it was Primed who managed to sneak onto the point and keep it alive, get that overtime rocking, because the other guys were looking nowhere near it.
Well, speaking of turning points, Genome, the last time we were on today, it was a reverse sweep from 2-0 down, and do you believe there's any chance here for the Unprofessionals? They looked a little bit better in that second point, but they still just seem far away from 10-18.
I mean, if they can get it up to 99% ZeNox, why not one more? So I think there's absolutely a chance for them here to do it. 10-18 are looking good, but don't count the Unprofessionals out quite yet.
Well, the battle of the Tracers will commence. TJK and Kanda both on the Tracers. Zapso just trying to push everyone away in that server room. He did get by the grenaded as well and had to fly straight back out. 10% until 10 seconds until the point unlocks, and Sloth just coming around to the side, just trying to get some pressure onto Primed, which is the Lucio player. Cinderella now moves forward, swinging that hammer, gets healed up too, and it's just kills going away with 10-18. They're going to be able to control the point first up, and it's in their control, except Kanda is just going to be a little bit of a pain, and now finally he gets capped.
Amel being very aggressive in the front lines and getting those kills to his name, and now they're going to have to come through the choke with TJK's pulse bomb up. That's a very dangerous thing. They can't clump too much or he's going to cause havoc with that.
15% accounting for 10-18 as they are climbing upwards. What a bite of grenade from Kura. We know he's a great player, but these bite of grenades are going to make it extremely difficult for the Unprofessionals to just push on through that very tight corridor.
Yeah, TJK having a little bit of a Tracer 1v1 up the back here. They're just blinking, grabbing their health packs, recalling back. They can take a while, those ones. No one managing to pick up the kill in the end, but for some reason the Unprofessionals are just bleeding in here. They're not sticking together and waiting to push to use the ults. Maybe they're trying to bait some ults out of 10-18, but if they are, it's not working because they're up to 5 now.
Yep, well, if they're trying to bait ultimates, they've got a long way to go of baiting ultimates, and on King of the Hill, of course, it's just going to tick up so quickly. Already just about 55% for 10-18. They're only up 2-0 as well. It's looking very imminent that they're going to be able to take this win. The Unprofessionals just looking very unprofessional right now, all grouped up right for the Graviton Surge. Nectar with the Dragon Blade, and it's another team wipe going the way of 10-18. Well and truly back in business after their first loss of the day. And it's looking like they're going to pick up another win and should just about be able to qualify off this Genome. It's been that impressive.
Yeah, it was a nice use of ult economy there, only needing to blow the Graviton Surge and the Dragon Blade to make that happen, and they've got so many more. Panda just keeps trying to get in the back lines. He's trying to force some people away from this choke to help his team get in there, but there's never enough of them there for one time to make an impression.
Well, 90% is for the point, and really the Unprofessionals actually get on the point. They can't even worry too much about fighting. Sloth is just running straight for it, pops the Graviton Surge. There's no one there besides Zapso to get some damage on. Immediately, the mech gets taken down into overtime. But this one is not just overtime, Genome, it's completely over. Addy had the tactical visor. He wasn't even able to get much from that. Cinderella's shield still about full health, swings the hammer and Kalthos. You can delay it all you want, buddy, but 10-18 are going to take this win. They'll be 6-1 with 1 round to go.
Look, it felt like we saw two different teams there. The one that played triple tank on Garden was impressive. I can understand how they've won as many games as they have today, but the one on Control Center and the one on Night Market got completely obliterated by 10-18, and they've solidified their place at the top of the table now. Well done to those guys. I think they've all but qualified now.
Well, the play of the game from TJK, but you know, in my mind, Genome, it was just play of the team. They were so incredible as a unit, collectively. All 6 of them played extremely well, and they've been playing well all day and should just about qualify. But still 1 round to go, so we're going to be throwing it back over to the boys in the studio to break down this game.
Thank you very much there, and yes, indeed, it does look like they are going to be going through there, sitting on a very pretty 6-1 after that game. The Unprofessionals, though, coming into that one 4-2. Now, obviously, 4-3 do have their work cut out for them for the rest of the day. Let's talk about, we know 10-18 are great. We know. They are so good. What moments of, I guess, hope did you see there coming up from the Unprofessionals?
Gardens is really where Unprofessionals sort of took it out when we went to 99 and 99. It was still a game where I felt like, you know, it really goes to show their inability to close out a game like that. It was their best showing. Control Center was a bit of a wipeout. Night Market wasn't really that much better. But on Gardens, you know, they made Nectar swap off to a Soldier as well. I felt like, I'm trying to remember the Soldier play on Unprofessional now.
Doesn't matter.
having a bit of that's a bit harsh.
Savage.
Having a bit of a mind blank, but he did a pretty good job for I'd say a decent amount of that dealing with Nectar, but TJK on the fair as well, particularly we saw in the play of the game. You kind of forget TJK plays the fair as well. I sort of know him as a very...
He plays everything.
I kind of know him as quite a fantastic hit scan player, but you forget he also plays a great fair as well. So a lot of factors for 1018. In particular, I sort of said this at the start of the game, but they have a lot of great players on their team that you all have to sort of shut down. And for the Unprofessionals, there was nothing really there. Even if they got Nectar, they had to deal with TJK. Even if they got TJK, look, they didn't deal with Cindy, or they didn't deal with, they didn't deal with Admiral, whatever it was. But Unprofessionals, this was just not their game. I didn't see any way for them. Honestly, I kind of expected the 3-0. I didn't really see any way for them to have really come back.